Today I want to talk about the easiest way to dopamine detox. Now I'm sure a lot of you have seen online about dopamine detoxing, and essentially what it is we live in such an overstimulated society that our stimulation levels are often super high, way higher than what would be normal for humans. And so people take a detox, and essentially they cut out sugar, video games, anything particularly stimulating, bad junk food, that kind of stuff. And after they typically do it for a day, and after that day they'll have intense stimulation from something really basic. I've done this myself, and after a day I could eat an apple and it tastes like the best apple ever. And this has to do with dopamine. Dopamine is actually our main driving force for anything. The reason we really even do anything is for dopamine. And we unconsciously are chasing dopamine so much of the time. And this leads to us typically destroying our health, our mental health, maybe our spiritual, financial health, whatever. Depends how long you go too much into it. I mean, think about it. If someone was rich, but then they decide to go out and drink and do a lot of drugs, and that overstimulation, they caused them to crash and they could lose everything. So it's something that is definitely very talked about in the world because of how important it is. And today I want to show you the easiest way to essentially dopamine detox nearly on command all the time. Now, it isn't as intense as cutting out sugar and just going on like a complete dopamine detox, but this is the easiest way to get more bandwidth in your brain, because what happens is as you indulge more and more and more in dopamine, you become more unconscious because you start unconsciously craving more stuff. It went from this, and now you're craving all this junk food, and now you're craving this and that, and it's a spiral. And a way to break out of that is what I talked about previously in my other videos, is tapping into the present moment. And why this actually helps your dopamine so much, more than you can imagine. I know it's helped me. I feel so much more stimulated by things. I could be going on a walk and it feels like an amazing walk. You know, I drink water and it feels like delicious water. So you could do this at any point. Let's say you're at your job or you're with family or something. What you want to do is catch yourself thinking, because you're probably going to be having thoughts. Thoughts always just come into your mind. There's no stopping them. And what you want to do is you want to, with your willpower, basically stop all thoughts for around 60 seconds. You won't be able to hold it for that long because they'll just keep going in. But for 60 seconds, just stop your thoughts completely. Just make the intention of, for at least 60 seconds, not having any thoughts. And at first it'll be hard. You probably won't be able to do it. But with practice, you'll be able to do this. And Andrew Huberman actually talks about how one of the best ways to record, the brain records knowledge, is actually by looking away somewhere. When it looks away, you're actually giving the brain time to process what's going on. And this is what you're doing here. You're giving your brain the ability to process more deeply what's going on, and it gives you a higher bandwidth. Yeah. That is the easiest way I have found to essentially have more bandwidth on command. If I notice I am overstimulated or maybe I'm a little stressed, I'll do this. And this is like a reload. It's like on a computer page when you click the reload. It's a lot like this. And so if this works for you, let me know down below, and I'm going to be making more videos. So go ahead and subscribe. And if you want help with this one-on-one, I do have a link in the bio as well. So thank you, and I'll see you again.